matter?
I believe you were PR. Actually, bail was set at $2,000.
There is a bond on this matter, correct?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and so is my social security number attached to these charges in any way?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so? You
I don't
know?
have any record of your social security number. So as far as I know, I don't know your social security number.
No, I'm saying is my social security number attached to these charges in any way?
Only in the extent that it's connected to your driving history.
So is that a yes or a no?
In some way, shape, or form, your social security number is in the system with records on you. That is true.
Okay, so you just told me there was a bond, which means this is commercial court.
It's not commercial.
Now you're saying that my social security number is attached to these charges. And so, which means this is assessed a case trust action, which you are a real party in interest to. And I just told you I was the beneficiary. You're supposed to be charging the trust. You're not charging the beneficiary. And if you're creating bonds against my trust without my permission, I don't understand.
Chaotic sovereign citizen energy he's famous for, launching immediately into a script about being swayed juris appropriate persona, while everyone else in the room is just trying to breathe normally. Before the judge even establishes the basic purpose of the hearing, he's already reciting the ritual incantation of nonsense about trusts, beneficiaries, fraud, menace, duress, and sovereign national status, like he's unlocking a boss fight in Skyrim. The judge tries to explain something simple, like the fact that there's a bond because bail exists, but Jonathan uses every word she says as fuel to continue his monologue. He insists the court is operating in commercial jurisdiction because he heard the word bond, as though he cracked some secret legal code. He keeps repeating that his social security number is being used to create a Sestuary K trust, and the judge, who is simply trying to determine a plea, is forced to remind him repeatedly that none of this means anything. None of it changes the fact that he is physically standing in a courtroom facing real charges, and none of his pseudo-legal gibberish is going to magically dismiss his case.
Move until you've proven jurisdiction, and you failed to do so. And if you cannot prove jurisdiction, then this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice, because this is a commercial matter. I'm a non-U.S. citizen American national by way of American Samoa. I'm beneficiary. I am here sui juris and propria persona, and we cannot move any further on this matter until this is either dismissed with prejudice or you can prove jurisdiction.
So what would you like to do with your case? I assume, Mr. Parent, that you are not representing?
So the man cannot speak for me.
Okay, he's not speaking for you, but I am asking him a direct question, so I need you to let him answer.
Okay.
Yes, so the court did appoint us on this matter, but it sounds like he does not want my office to represent him, so I'm happy to withdraw.
You can dismiss yourself.
So would you like to represent yourself in the matter, Mr.
Please
Schuster?
do not tell me to shut up. You can dismiss yourself.
So he can't dismiss himself, only I can dismiss him. I'm asking you if you wish to have an attorney or if you wish to represent yourself.
This is a trust or K trust action. And so I'm here sui juris and propria persona. You know what that means. And so we can prove.
Don't know what it means because it's nonsense, but nonetheless.
Prove jurisdiction, or we can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
So I'm not going to do that today. Here are your choices. You can have Mr. Parent represent you. You can choose to obtain private counsel, or you can represent yourself. Let's start there. Which of those three?
Nobody's going to represent me. I can present myself, as I said.
So you wish to go pro se? I don't need you to read the script. I need you to tell me if you wish to go pro se.
I told you I'm here sui juris and propria persona.
Ms. Roberts, are you there?
Yes.
As the conversation continues, Jonathan escalates into full sovereign citizen panic mode, claiming that he is a beneficiary of the trust and that the court must charge the trust and not the man, while nobody else in the room has the slightest clue what imaginary rule book he's reading from. He tries to bully the judge into proving jurisdiction immediately, claiming that the case cannot move forward until she performs this little magic trick he saw on YouTube. When the judge attempts to talk to his appointed attorney, Jonathan jumps in with, "He doesn't speak for me," like he's defending himself in a dramatic courtroom scene, but it's just a pretrial hearing, and the judge is 2 seconds from rolling her eyes clean out of her skull. Despite being given multiple chances to choose counsel, represent himself, or hire a private attorney, Jonathan refuses and continues chanting sui juris like it's a legal password. The judge, running out of patience, tells him the case will simply be continued in 1 week, and he begins yelling about threats, rights violations, and fraud, all while the judge calmly reminds him that showing up for court
with threats from your end, and I have no more time for this matter. And unless you can prove jurisdiction, there's no need for this matter to move any further.
But you're gonna come back on July 1st at 9 a.m. If you don't come back on July 1st,
Are you threatening me now?
I'm telling you, there's gonna be a bench warrant issued if you don't show
You're
up. So
threatening me now.
I'm giving you the choice of showing up
No,
or a
I'm
bench
giving
warrant
you the
issuing.
choice to finish this matter now or be responsible for your actions.
We'll set this for July 1st. I'm
Would you
gonna,
like to be responsible for your actions and set this further? Because you can do that, or you can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
I'm not gonna do that today. So July 1st, 9 a.m. Back in
Now
this
you're
courtroom.
threatening me. Abigail, what's the reason for the threats, Abigail? You violated my rights enough.
We'll just hold Speedy for
You
this week, Ms.
violated my
Roberts.
rights enough. This matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice,
We'll see you back on July 1st,
or else what? You're gonna threaten me?
or else the court will issue a bench
So
warrant.
you're threatening me now, Abigail.
I am telling you
No,
your
I'm telling you
options.
this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice. Because you cannot prove jurisdiction. This is a
Signature here.
trust action.
Signature
You're
here,
trying
please,
to
sir.
commit fraud.
Sir,
You're
Mr.
trying to
Schuster.
commit fraud. Miss, I'm
So-
speaking with Abigail.
You're not, you're done.
No,
you're done.
you can't tell me I'm done.
I
This
can.
is no, you don't have power to do that.
Your court case is over.
You don't have power to do that.
Sir, your hearing is over. If you don't take your paperwork and leave the courtroom, we'll have you remanded into custody.
You're threatening me now,
I'm
even more
giving
so
you
than
a
you already
choice.
were. And if anybody tries to touch
reminds him that failure to appear will result in a bench warrant. He interprets this standard legal fact as a personal threat, insisting, "You're threatening me now," at a volume that could wake every ancestor he claims sovereignty from. He tries declaring the case dismissed, like he's a judge now, and when that predictably fails, he announces that he is leaving under threat and duress, delivering his dramatic exit line before finally shuffling out courtroom, fully convinced he just won a war no one else was fighting.
give you any personal jurisdiction, so I'll stay right here.
No, you'll come to the council table if you would like to be heard and make a record. So you need to come up and turn on the microphone.
No, I don't need to do that for me to be heard.
We are audio recording, so to be heard, you need to come up to the table and sit with the microphone.
You don't have to, I don't have to come up there for you to hear me. You can hear me perfectly fine.
I can hear you, but we are creating a court record, which is audio recording.
Jurisdiction by doing what you said, because you don't have jurisdiction over me. And so, for the record,
Mr. Schuster,
I reserve all rights.
I did put Mr. Parent as standby counsel. Right now, you don't represent yourself. You have standby
Appoint
counsel.
counsel to me
Well,
without my permission. He has no permission to be my counsel. I am here sui juris, appropriate persona. I, Jonathan Troy Somalia Colin Schuster, am here under fraud, menace, and duress. I have made a special appearance to this court for those reasons. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not answered that challenge, Ms. Jennifer. And so I have some questions for you.
well,
Are
right
you
now,
able to answer them?
I am not here to be interrogated by you. You are
Well, I
under the
just don't
jurisdiction
understand
of this.
what's going on here.
I think you understand and you choose not
I
to
do
take
not
in the information.
understand
Okay,
what's
well,
going on
Mr.
here.
Schuster,
I don't understand the nature and cause of what's going on. I don't understand how you can practice law from the bench. I don't understand how you can appoint counsel when I've told you over and over and over again that I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I'm here of my own right in my proper person. He does not have my permission to represent me in any way.
well, it doesn't sound like you know how to represent yourself either, which you would,
represent myself.
well, you would. Either you
I
have
don't.
counsel or
I
you
need
are
to
acting pro
represent
se.
myself. And so, like I have told you, I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I challenge the jurisdiction of this court You have not answered that challenge. We cannot move any further until you've answered that challenge. Is this common law jurisdiction, or is this an admiralty maritime jurisdiction?
Either. So,
Right.
Mr. Schuster, this is Carmen McDonald. I'm the prosecutor on this particular case. I think where we're at right now is you're being charged with an offense. I can barely hear you, which means the record that you're trying to make is not being picked up and not being recorded. So everything you're saying is not being preserved unless you go to the table up there near the microphone. So that's number one.
For the record, I reserve
if you
all
would
my
like-
rights. If you would like, I will step up so you can hear me better, and I will
none of
speak
it's being,
louder.
none of it's being
I will
preserved.
speak louder so you can hear me, but I reserve all my rights. And I'm speaking much louder than anybody else prior to me has spoken.
Mr.
So I just
Schuster,
want to make sure the reporter
Schuster,
can hear me.
you are making legal arguments. All right, you are making legal arguments. They should be preserved for the record, which means it needs to be picked up and recorded.
I will
So-
begin again so that the recorder
You're
can
not
hear me.
choosing to be silent, you're choosing to make a legal argument, so we need to have that on the record.
For the record, I reserve all rights.
You've made that,
I, Jonathan, Troy, Faisal, Leaso, Malia, Toa, Colin, Schuster, have made a special appearance under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary, Jennifer. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, which has not been answered. This is a Social Security Sestake trust action, which you are now a real party in interest to. This is a military admiralty jurisdiction under maritime law. However, you must realize that you have no such jurisdiction without also having a valid international contract in dispute. I am not aware of having entered in any international contracts, so I deny that any such contracts exist. Will you please?
In the next hearing, Jonathan enters with even more bizarre energy, refusing to approach the table because he believes walking toward a microphone grants the court personal jurisdiction over his physical body, as though jurisdiction is some kind of Minecraft enchantment. The judge asks him very normally to come closer so the audio can pick him up, but he refuses, saying she can hear him perfectly fine. She explains that the record must be audible, but he insists this is all a trap to summon jurisdiction, turning what should be a simple instruction into another sovereign citizen meltdown. His attorney is still technically appointed as standby counsel, but Jonathan declares that nobody has permission to speak for him, and he launches yet again into his memorized script. I reserve all rights. I'm here under fraud, menace, and duress. I challenge jurisdiction. Meanwhile, the judge can't decide whether he's confused, brainwashed, or simply determined to waste everyone.
you information that you are spewing in court. So you're simply off base, but I don't know that it's due to a mental defect
we cannot
that is
move
causing you
forward.
to not be able to.
To challenge my competency because I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court,
We're
and you have
not
not
We're
proven
not dealing in
jurisdiction.
social security or contracts
You
or
have to prove
maritime.
jurisdiction before we can move any further.
So that's just not how it works in this court, and
No,
I don't think
that's
you
how
have
it
the
works.
legal.
You must prove jurisdiction because I have challenged the jurisdiction. If you cannot prove jurisdiction, then I move to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
That's denied.
And so, Jennifer, Miss Jennifer, can you
I'm
prove
Judge Grant, so I'm going to
Jennifer,
have you,
can you establish the jurisdiction? Can you prove jurisdiction?
Ms. McDonald. I don't know that this is him not understanding.
I do not understand the nature or cause.
Well,
of
he doesn't have legal training, so that I think is.
that does not
clear.
matter.
Well,
If I'm here sui juris and propria persona, I'm of my own right. I'm in my proper person. You've created a bond on this matter. You've attached my social security to this matter. You're trying to charge my trust without my permission, which is illegal. It's fraud, and I'm not going to stand for that. So you must prove.
Jonathan dramatically questions the court about whether they're operating under common law, military jurisdiction, admiralty maritime, or some other fantasy system he heard about in a Facebook meme. The prosecutor tries to calmly explain that he's being charged with an ordinary driving offense, but Jonathan keeps pushing his conspiracy about international contracts, trusts, maritime flags, and the court secretly being a commercial entity. The judge tries, again, to determine whether he even understands what's happening, hinting at a competency concern, because his monologue sounds like a malfunctioning robot that swallowed a dictionary of fake legal terms. But Jonathan insists that he understands everything perfectly, that the court must prove jurisdiction immediately, and that nothing can move forward until he personally approves it, despite not actually having any authority whatsoever.
Sign the waiver of right to counsel.
Absolutely. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't know that he's going to participate in that process either.
Right. No, I
We
understand
have
that.
speedy trial at
It is the
August
burden
9th.
of the state to prove jurisdiction. The prosecuting attorney has not done that. And so what we have here is we need to dismiss this matter with prejudice. And I motion to dismiss this matter with prejudice
Denied.
based on the fact that the prosecuting attorney has not proven jurisdiction.
Mr. Schuster, would you like to sit at this table away from council so that we can hear you on the
This isn't
microphone?
counsel.
Well, you could sit at this table if you'd like. There's a pen and a form and a microphone for you. If you'd like.
We cannot move until jurisdiction has been proven.
Yeah, this should be a,
You have failed to prove in jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction is something that we prove at trial. It is a factual issue as well.
We cannot move any further until jurisdiction has been proven. And none of you have done that.
So Mr. Schuster, did the court say that was August, end of August, or?
it was August 9th is speedy trial.
So
And if you plan on having me back here, you're taking away from my ability.
The prosecutor explains that this mismatched chaos doesn't mean Jonathan is incompetent, just dangerously misinformed and determined to parrot pseudo-legal nonsense instead of participating in his own case. Jonathan explodes again, accusing the court of fraudulently attaching his Social Security number, creating bonds, charging trusts, violating rights, and practicing law from the bench, all while refusing to acknowledge the simplest reality. He was driving with a suspended license. He claims there is no injured party, and therefore no crime, as though the state needs someone physically bleeding before enforcing traffic laws. He demands proof of jurisdiction right this second, ignoring the judge who calmly explains, for the 15th time, that jurisdiction is established by the law he violated, not by his personal approval.
And so if you want me back here, it seems that you have Zoom court available. I'm more than happy to make a special appearance via Zoom, but you're taking away my time and freedom to provide for my family.
does the August term start August 6th, Your Honor?
It does.
So I would request we set it during August term.
All right, so Mr. Schuster, you've been charged with driving while your license was suspended in the 3rd degree and for operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device and refusing to comply with law enforcement officer. You are on a deferred prosecution in another court, and the consequences are extreme for you. You are subject to another court, and they could very well.
Get in trouble, and you have to prove jurisdiction. You haven't done that, and you failed to do
Obviously,
that
you
over
believe
and
that
over and
courts
over
do
again.
have
And
jurisdiction
so, I mean,
over you.
Obviously, you have to be able to prove it, and you haven't. And you can keep pushing it and doing this, but it's just a waste of time for everybody. I definitely understand that this is not what you think it is, and this is just a waste of time at this point. So whatever you need to do to prove jurisdiction, but I know you can. So if you want to waste more of everybody's time, go ahead, because obviously I'm not going to allow you to threaten me anymore, which you've done.
Nobody's threatening you.
Yes, you're telling me if I don't appear, that you're going to put me into captivity.
The court then moves to scheduling because Jonathan refuses to answer basic questions. He insists court hearings interfere with his ability to work. as if the entire legal system should adjust to his personal calendar. But the judge points out that his choices and behavior created the situation in the first place. Jonathan argues that he shouldn't have to appear in person and wants to attend via Zoom, unaware that you don't get special treatment just because you talk like a bootleg sovereign citizen podcast. They set trial dates anyway, and he tries again to declare the case dismissed because the prosecutor failed to prove jurisdiction, despite the fact that trial hasn't even happened yet. It's like trying to declare yourself the winner of a boxing match before the gloves are on.
Ridiculous for what's going on here. That's absolutely ridiculous. And so
I don't think
this matter
anyone
needs
is
to be
told that you're
dismissed
being
with
put into
prejudice.
captivity.
And whether we need to take this to trial or whatever y'all need to do to prove jurisdiction, I mean, go ahead. But obviously you can't prove jurisdiction. So
I'm looking for the more
waste everybody's
detailed
time, please.
counsel
Waste everybody's
waiver.
time. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know that he's done that yet,
No, he hasn't. I have a streamlined version, but I want him the formal,
the detailed one.
the detailed one.
We can also, Your Honor, just set it for trial today with an intervening pretrial, provide him with that document and enter the waiver at the next hearing prior to allowing counsel to withdraw.
All right.
Counsel should have never been appointed because I've never gave my power of attorney to this counsel. And obviously you did that to practice law from the bench, Miss Jennifer, which is illegal. You cannot do that.
Mr. Schuster, you're charged with a crime that has potential jail consequences and fines.
Ms.
And so
Jennifer,
your rights need to be
have-
protected.
Her-
This is for your
nobody-
benefit.
There is no injured party. There is no sworn complaint of an injured party. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's a waste of everybody's time.
The judge hands him a waiver form so he can represent himself, but he refuses to touch it, insisting he never sign away power of attorney, and that assigning him counsel was illegal. The judge reminds him that counsel was appointed for his protection because the charges carry possible jail time, and his insistence on rejecting help is making things worse. Jonathan accuses the judge of violating his rights simply by explaining the law, and when he realizes the case is definitely going to trial, he begins repeating, "I'm sui juris," appropriate persona, like it's going to unlock God mode in the courtroom. His disrespect grows, and the judge finally snaps back that he's being rude, clearly exhausted by his never-ending performance.
Whatsoever. I've not pleaded. I've not given you personal jurisdiction.
Yes.
And you practice law on the bench.
So, Mr. Schuster, if you
Over and
choose
over
not
and
to
over.
come to your court hearings, a warrant will
Over
issue
and
for
over.
your
And you're
arrest.
threatening me again, telling me
Yes,
if I don't
you will be
play your
expected
game,
to appear.
and you just said yes. Oh my goodness. That if I don't play your game, you will put me in captivity. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yep, these are jailable offenses, but for this
Absolutely
hearing,
ridiculous, Ms.
we need
Jennifer.
your presence to appear.
Absolutely ridiculous.
All right, let's get a court date form for him.
Absolutely ridiculous.
What's the date for the intervening pretrial?
There, did you back there?
We can set a pretrial. Let's do it on the 22nd.
Prosecuting attorney also needs to provide any contracts that I've entered into internationally,
Here's your court date. Could you
Uh,
please sign? for that?
especially if this is a admiralty maritime jurisdiction, which obviously by the gold fringe flag it is. So
Mr. Schuster, you are in a criminal court and there are court rules. If you wish
criminal
to
matter,
have.
this is a criminal matter, you said?
Mr. Schuster,
This is a criminal matter?
if you wish to have discovery, then you need to abide by
You
the
said
rule.
it's a criminal matter?
Yes, and if you
Yes,
wish to have.
these are-
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure you said that.